Would you like to be a guest on our podcast, Linking to the Afterlife? I will link you to a loved one in the world of spirit or one of your past lives. This is a free reading and we are scheduling right now. Send us an email, linkingpodcast@gmail.com, and I will send you all the information. Thank you. Hi, this is Donna, psychic medium and direct messenger for spirit. If this is your first episode, welcome. I invite you to listen to previous episodes where I link my guest with their loved one in the world of spirit. What started as one thing is morphing into so much more, not just for my guest, but for all of us. Thank you for listening.
There's other people out there and there's other guides out there. Like there's more behind me wanting to come forward, which feel more prairie days, like cowboyish. I'd like to talk with them, but I'm going to tell them, look, we don't have a ton of time. Hang on. Like they're on their horses. They got the wagons behind them. Do you resonate with that day?
Yes.
Yes. There's a lot of them there. They're very excited. And I'm like, don't be putting those horses here in my apartment. Keep them out. I feel there's more men at the forefront than there are women.
Okay.
The women are in the carriages, underneath the tarp, and they're giving birth to babies. What a hard life, right? And as the carriages are moving along, the wagon trains moving along, the wagons, and they're giving birth back there, and the men are like, yeah, wow, like they're thinking, wow, this is life, this is great, this is all good. And the women are back there going, this sucks. What are we doing this for? Why did we have to go? We were so comfortable where we were. And you feel the difference in the energies from the men in the wagon train as opposed to the women.
Okay.
In this specific instance, right? I'm not saying there were a lot of women that were at the front of that wagon, right? But in this situation, this is your past with them, okay? I feel like you're a child, a small boy in this dynamic. Masculine, feminine. The feminine's a little pissed off, right? But totally in the feminine moment giving birth, right? Can't be more feminine than that. So you understand what I'm going for here, which is the bigger picture of masculine, feminine, which is going to eventually lead you to your challenges here in this lifetime. Got it?
Yes.
So now you're a little boy. And the little boy may be 5, not older than 5, 4 or 5. And this little boy has the ability to see women going through what they're going through and hear all their comments and complaints and presence of women, right? The whole feminine. And then he jumps in front to the wagon train and he's up with the men and they're like, yeah, let's go, right? That pure masculine, got to get this done. So you understand how you could bring that into this life with both sides being very dominant, masculine and feminine. You understand that for this life?
Yes.
It's our job to bring those two together. And usually one's weaker than the other, but for you, both are very strong. So they're like constantly doing this, right? All I see is the front of the wagon and in the back of the wagon. And this little boy jumping from the back of the wagon to the front. He's loving it all, but he's taking it all in. You understand?
Yeah.
I'm going to go forward. Do you have any questions about what we saw so far in this past life?
No.
Now the movies keeps playing, right? So now he's back with the mom giving birth to his little sister. Lots of women around her, but she's not going to make it. And now this little boy is seeing the death of his mother right in front of him. The death of feminine. Do you understand?
Yeah.
In this bigger picture. Of course, the 6-year-old's not saying that, but I like to see it as the bigger picture. So this little boy now has to live with the predominant male in his life. His little sister survived, but he kind of like disowned that because he blames his little sister for the death of their mother. Do you understand?
Yeah.
So he pushed away that feminine. So let's jump to this life for a moment again. Would you say around the age of 5 or 6 that you might have done that exact thing, either pushed away feminine and really got hard into masculine?
Yeah.
Something traumatic happened.
Yes.
And would you say, I don't know if your mother's here or gone, but would you say you have always been seeking mother status?
Yes.
So you understand where that came from now.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Have you done much work with past lives?
I've done some regressions. Yeah. I did a Brian Weiss seminar once. It was cool. And I've done some other, it's come through here and there.
Were they like that? Were they Western days? Or was it always just that masculine and feminine presence?
It wasn't Western days. I've had a few other ones, like in other times. There was one where I think I may have died giving birth. But yeah, this is new.
Okay, so the masculine feminine presence is not new though to you.
I've never articulated it like that. So it's a little bit new, but I think I can, reframing some of those other ones, I can see how it fits with that.
Good. Okay, just don't want to move forward until we're clear on the past, what I've already.
Okay. Yeah.
So again, coming into this life, that's 6-year-old, 5, 6-year-old you, struggling, wanting, needing mom. And did you lose your mother?
No, she's still alive. She just was an alcoholic.
Makes perfect sense. There's your epitome of losing your mother, right? Losing that mother thing. Okay, just brought it into this world. The lessons just came through. And then you fought going forward with those parts of you, masculine and feminine.
Yeah.
Wrestle. That's what we've been doing with each other. Wrestling. I want to see this little boy and what he does now. Did you have a sister or siblings?
I have one older sister.
Did you push her away? Like, you know how he got mad at his sister for killing?
More like she pushed me away.
Well, now doesn't that make sense coming into this life now? Because you did that to her in a past life. And now in this life, the roles are reversed.
Interesting.
That is very interesting. I love this. Okay, so now your sister in this life has pushed you away because you pushed her away in that past life. You have a spiritual connection in this life more than she would have, yes?
I have a spiritual connection more than she does.
An understanding.
So she is more, I think I have a more of an understanding. She's a medium and I can't do that, but I have, I think, a better understanding, yes, connection.
I'm going to tell you, you have a more spiritual connection.
Oh.
No good, bad, right, or wrong. Not saying she doesn't do what she does, but you just haven't opened up to that yet. You could absolutely do what I do. Now let's go back to that little girl now who shunned in that life. And you had this little boy. I don't want anything to do with that. And that for that little girl, because she was very spiritual, she came through her mother as a very spiritual being. In that lifetime, you shunned it. You shunned the metaphorical of that little sister because she was very spiritual. You shunned it. You understand?
Yeah.
So that would be in this life come forward to you having, I'll just call it a block, whatever. We all have it. I didn't do this till I was 50. So some sort of just wall that stops you from saying to yourself, I want to do that. Do you understand?
Yeah.
That little boy, the reversal of roles now with your sister, it's very interesting.
Yeah. So I'm just curious if there's any other less like what happens next.
Yes, I want to go there, but I want to make sure we've gotten through everything so far before the movie plays itself out again.
Really illuminating.
Good. Based on everything you've done up to this point, other past life regressions that you've done, yes?
Yes.
How do I love this? I love this because, let me tell you, when I was at the Omega Institute, are you familiar with where that is in New York State?
Yeah, I am.
And Brian Weiss would come often and do his week-long retreats.
Yep.
And the students in that retreat would then, like if they weren't getting a past life, they would come see me in the center and I would give readings like this for them.
Oh, wow.
And they were able to take that as a visual, go into the next session with Brian the next day or that night, and be able to call that up and work with it. They get frustrated when they can't see anything themselves. So I would just turn on that light switch for them, and then they would use that for the rest of their class. So that's what I'm doing for you. I'm really just drawing all the pieces together, but you have to go forward and do that work still. You have to make that connection in a deeper state so that things in this life then have some forward momentum instead of remember that wall. Right? It's not only about seeing it with me, it's about doing the work that is around it for this life. Make sense? Yes?
Yes, very much.
Very good. Thank you. Okay. So this little boy now is stuck at the front, stuck with the men, right? And again, keep looking at it from the bigger picture. Stuck with the men, stuck with the male presence, women in the back grieving for their loss, the little baby, your sister, crying for her mother. This is all just what I'm seeing, right? I'm making the movie go. Come on, movie, go. So I'm back at the front with the boys. And of course, what happens? Here come the Native Americans. Back then, Indians. Here they come. Not happy with what's going on. Not happy with all of these wagons coming through their land. Right? Seen it a million times in movies. Here we go. Here goes the fight. Got it? The little 6-year-old boy that you are is like, yes, yes, I'm going to do this. I'm going to fight too. And the dad says, get back in the wagon. So the little boy was like, no. And the dad says, get in the wagon. So now the little boy, what happens to his masculine? What happens?
He kind of shrivels.
Yeah. So he goes back in the wagon. Now he's stuck looking at the scene of his mother's death because they couldn't do anything with the body. They're still moving. The baby crying, the women screaming. And he's like, oh. And he shut down even more. He turned off even more. Let's jump into this life now. Does that resonate with you?
Yeah, I think so.
Like other people wanting to shut down your masculine side, your business side, your everything side. Yes?
Yeah, for sure.
I feel that for sure. So he's in the back of the wagon. I'm seeing the fight on the outside of the wagon. All the wagons have stopped. There's lots of yelling and screaming. There's lots of gunshots. There's like lots of, he doesn't look out though. He doesn't look out. He doesn't want to look out the back. Do you understand?
Yeah.
In this life, your unwillingness, maybe, would you want to call it that? For looking at what's actually coming. You understand?
I think so.
Revealing what's actually coming. It's okay to look to the future, but this little boy did not want to see his present. Oh, didn't that just turn on a light for what we talked about in the present? Didn't want to see the present. Stuck in the past. Couldn't see the future. He didn't know what was going on. Now that resonates with you in this life.
Yeah.
Right? You want to be, you want to do, other people putting you down, your sister putting you down, and you yourself not wanting to see what really is coming. Yes?
Yes.
All right, now I just see fire. I just see everything engulfed in flames. More screaming, just lots of fire. And everybody that was in the wagon perishes in the fire.
Yeah.
Bring that over into this life, it might cause you to not like the heat so much, maybe your fear of fire, any of those things resonate in this life?
Yeah, I mean, I don't think I have an unusual fear of fire, but definitely I can resonate with the heat part of it. Yeah.
So you cross then.
Okay.
At this point, would you like to do the work to help that child, your piece of your soul in that past life? We could do it right here, right now with me, or you could go ahead and do it on your own. I could tell you how to do that.
We could do it. We might as well. I feel like I want to make sure he gets over.
Exactly. You, that piece of your soul. We understand that, right? This is a piece of your soul. Okay.
Yes.
So I'm going to ask you to close your eyes with me. And I'm going to ask you probably to repeat some things maybe, or just visualize what I'm saying. That's how this is going to go. Okay?
Okay.
All right. Eyes are closed. No background noises coming in. Okay. Deep breath. I want you to put yourself in that wagon as yourself in this moment, in the present life. I want you to put yourself literally in that wagon, viewing the scene. Little boy had just come in, your soul, piece of your soul. And then the image of mother dead, little baby, other women there trying to cuddle and nurture while this horrendous scene is going on outside the wagon. Can you sense that, feel that, hear that?
Yes.
I feel the screaming is so loud, like your little boy there. It's just covering his ears, closing his eyes to it. Do you see that?
Yeah.
And just to keep it safe, know that you are safe. You as Alana is safe right now. And you don't feel anything like personally what's going on. You are safe. You understand?
Yes.
I want you to I want you to crawl over to that little piece of your soul in that little boy. And he doesn't see you or hear you because remember, his hands are over his ears and his eyes are closed.
Okay.
Just want you to sit there for a moment without any fear, without any taking in any of that atmosphere, just this sense of love in your heart. You understand?
Yes.
Now I want you to reach your hand out and just touch the knee of that little boy who's sitting there.
Okay.
And he takes his hands down and he opens his eyes. Now I want you to tell him, I'm here.
I'm here.
I'm here for you.
I'm here for you.
I love you.
I love you.
I am here to experience what you are experiencing.
I'm here to experience what you're experiencing.
And I want you to know I love you.
And I want you to know that I love you.
And he's got this confused look on his face. He's like, how is this happening? And tell him, it's happening.
It's happening.
I'm here.
I'm here.
I'm with you.
I'm with you.
And now ask him, can I hold you?
Can I hold you?
He's a little tentative, but I'm getting goosebumps. Is he coming toward you?
Yes.
Just keep saying, I'm here for you. I love you.
I'm here for you. I love you.
He's not asking anything of you. He's not asking any questions. He's really just sitting in this powerful presence of you as the adult. You feel that?
Yes.
Deep breaths. And you're starting to feel it get hot in there. I'm feeling heat. Got it?
Yep.
Ask him, I'm ready to take you away from this.
I'm ready to take you away from this.
Will you come with me?
Will you come with me?
And he's looking at you with questions in his eyes because he doesn't want to leave his mother, his sister, and all the other people. And you need to tell him something without telling him he's going to pass. Tell him something, because this is going to come from you right now. Tell him something that will give him comfort as you pull him out of this situation before his life ends. You can do it out loud or you can do it in your head. It's up to you.
I would just say we're all going to be together now.
Ask him again, will you come with us?
Will you come with us?
And he holds you tighter. He squeezes you tighter and you squeeze him tighter. And the two of you as souls start to rise up, lift up through everything that's going on in that lifetime. Rise up, breathe, up, up. Until the two of you are in a space of pure love. And the two of you now are souls together. The physical bodies have disappeared. Can you feel that?
Yes.
And the two of you are coming together as souls. That little piece of you is coming into your soul now, as he's already gone. His physical being is gone. And now, as the oneness that you are, come down, come down, breathe, come down, closer into the body that you are now sitting in this chair. And notice where this piece lands in your physical body.
Okay. Right in my stomach and heart a little bit, right here and here.
All of that piece, that center, that heart center, that center of emotion, needed another piece to help it expand. The small child in that past life has now joined you again as that piece of your soul and expanded your heart, expanded everything. Your task now is to, as you walk through this current lifetime, days and weeks going forward, to notice when everything we talked about remains behind the wall. And bringing that piece of your soul, acknowledging and honoring that piece of you that is expanding your heart and allowing that expansion of your heart to break down that wall that stops you from claiming who you came to be here in this life. Do you understand that?
I do.
And do you feel how that could work for you?
I do. I very much do. Yes.
That was beautiful. Any comments on that process? That was beautiful. You did such fabulous work.
No, I'm still kind of feeling it, that experience was really profound. So thank you.
You will definitely continue to feel that, and you will definitely continue to process that. But it doesn't have to be something that's stuck anymore.
Okay.
Whenever you feel that stuckness, in comes that past life. Oh, my heart. Yes, my heart. This is where that happens. And I would just view my heart expanding, breaking walls, just breaking down all your own barriers that you put up. It doesn't matter what anybody else is doing. It matters how you experience the doing. Get it?
Yeah.
I feel this like an explosion. And it could be still what's emanating from this past life that's still behind me, the explosion of whether it was gunpowder, whatever, an explosion I feel. But if we take that into this life, it is the blocks exploding. It is using that gunpowder from that past life and using it to explode the walls around your heart in a perfectly safe space. Got it?
Right. Okay.
Wow. Didn't see that coming, did we?
Yeah, it totally took a turn. It was amazing. Thank you. Thank you.
It's the way it works in a reading, because let's be transparent to my listeners now. Alana did a reading prior to this, and then we did a reading for a past life for the podcast. The beginning reading, Alana, would you say set yourself up for the podcast episode?
100%. Yeah, it queued it up. Everything came together with that. It was really amazing.
There is the circle being completed for you, the oneness. Any other last comment?
No, not today. I'd love to do this again sometime, but this has been really profound. Thank you.
I got to agree with you 100%. I've done a lot of these in the past 10 years. And this was very profound. And this will also allow many people listening to this podcast to view the same things that you struggle with and to use this past life, because anybody can use the imagery, or they can have a reading with me. You see how you can use the imagery to gain forward momentum.
Yes, 100%. Thank you.
My office here is filled with souls cheering and applauding. Wow.
I'd like to thank my guest today for allowing all of us to join in on their process, their journey. And I'd like to thank you for not only listening, but coming together in a oneness vibration. Thanks again.